So this might actually be my longest long-form video, because this is the movie about all the plagues and I guess like the Israelites like escaping Egypt and all. So yeah, I'm gonna have this one big movie, so have fun and enjoy. Moses was taking care of the flock. Moses saw that a bush was on fire, but it didn't burn up. God spoke to Moses from inside the bush. He called out, "Moses, Moses, here I am." Moses said, "Do not come any closer." God said, "Take off your sandals. The place you are standing on is holy ground." The Lord said, "I have seen my people in Egypt. I have heard them cry. I am concerned about their suffering. I have come down to save them from the Egyptians. Now go, I am sending you to Pharaoh. Bring the Israelites out of Egypt." Moses and his brother Aaron went to Pharaoh. They said, "The Lord says, 'Let my people go to hold a feast in my honor in the desert.'" Pharaoh said, "Who is the Lord? Why should I obey him? I won't let Israel go." The Lord said, "I will strike the water in the Nile. The river will turn to blood." The fish in the Nile died. The river smelled so bad, the Egyptians couldn't drink its water. Then the Lord said, "Let my people go." But the Pharaoh's heart became stubborn. So the Lord said, "The Nile will be full of frogs. They will come into your palace and on your bed." Pharaoh sent for Moses. He said, "Pray to the Lord to take the frogs away. Then I'll let your people go." Moses replied, "It will happen just as you say." The frogs died, but Pharaoh's heart was stubborn. He wouldn't let the people go. Then the Lord spoke to Moses. He said, "Tell Aaron, reach your wooden staff out, strike the ground all over the land of Egypt. The dust will turn into gnats." So they did it. The dust turned into gnats. They landed on people and animals. But Pharaoh's heart was stubborn. He wouldn't listen. So the Lord sent large numbers of flies. Flies poured into Pharaoh's palace. The flies destroyed the land. Pharaoh sent for Moses and Aaron. Moses said, "Tomorrow the flies will leave you. Let the people go." But Pharaoh's heart became stubborn. That time also he wouldn't let the people go. Then the Lord spoke, "Let my people go. If you refuse, I will strike your horses, donkeys, camels, cattle, sheep, and goats." But the Pharaoh wouldn't let the people go. So the next day all the livestock of the Egyptians died. The Lord said to Moses, "Toss ashes into the air. The ashes will turn into fine dust. Then boils will break out on people and animals." But Pharaoh still wouldn't listen. Then the Lord sent thunder and hail. The hail beat down everything that was growing. It tore the leaves off the trees. Pharaoh sent for Moses. "I've sinned," he said. "Pray to the Lord. We've had enough hail." Moses prayed. The thunder and hail stopped, but Pharaoh sinned again. He wouldn't let the people go. Then the Lord made a wind blow. The wind brought locusts. The locusts covered the land and ate up everything that was left after the hail. Pharaoh sent for Moses. He said, "Pray to the Lord to take this plague away." Moses prayed. The Lord changed the wind. The wind blew the locusts into the Red Sea. But Pharaoh wouldn't let the people go. Moses reached out his hand toward the sky. Darkness covered Egypt for 3 days. No one could see anyone else. Pharaoh sent for Moses. He said, "Go worship the Lord. Just leave your flocks and herds behind." Moses said, "Our animals must go with us." But Pharaoh wouldn't let the people go. The Lord said to Moses, "I will bring one more plague on Pharaoh. After that, he will let you go." Moses sent for the elders of Israel. He said, "Each man must get a lamb for each family. The animals must be a year old. Kill the lambs when the sun goes down. Take some of the blood, put it on the door frames of the houses. The Lord will pass through the land and strike the Egyptians down. He will see the blood on the door frame. He will pass over that house. He won't let the destroying angel kill you." The people of Israel did what the Lord commanded. At midnight, the Lord struck down every oldest son in Egypt. There was loud crying because someone had died in every home. During the night, Pharaoh sent for Moses. He said, "Get out of here, leave my people, take your flocks and herds and go." The Egyptians begged the people to hurry. "If you don't," they said, "we will all die." The Israelites went out of Egypt. There were about 600,000 men. The women and children went with them. By day, the Lord went ahead of them in a pillar of cloud. At night, he led them with a pillar of fire. They could travel by day or night. Then Pharaoh and his officials changed their minds about the people of Israel. The Egyptians went after the Israelites. All of Pharaoh's horses and chariots and horsemen and troops went after them. As Pharaoh approached, the Israelites looked up. There were the Egyptians. The Israelites were terrified. They said to Moses, "What have you done? It would have been better to serve the Egyptians than to die in the desert." Moses answered the people, "Don't be afraid, the Lord will fight for you." Then Moses reached his hand out over the Red Sea. All that night the Lord pushed the sea back. He turned the sea into dry land. The people went through the sea on the dry ground. There was a wall of water on their right and on their left. The Egyptians chased them. All of Pharaoh's horses and chariots followed them into the sea. Moses reached his hand out over the sea. So, I kind of forgot to stop recording, so, please just forget about all of that, please. The sea went back to its place. The water covered the chariots and the horsemen. Not one of the Egyptians was left that day. The Lord saved Israel, so they put their trust in him. The whole community told Moses they weren't happy. In Egypt, we ate all the food we wanted, but you have brought us out into this desert to die of hunger. The Lord said, I have heard the people talking about how unhappy they are. Tell them, when the sun goes down, you will eat meat. In the morning, you will be filled with bread. That evening, quail came and covered the camp. In the morning, thin flakes appeared on the desert floor. Moses said, It's the bread the Lord has given you to eat. The people called the bread manna. They ate manna for 40 years until they reached the border of Canaan. 3 months after the Israelites left Egypt, they came to the desert of Sinai. They camped in the desert in front of the mountain. There was thunder and lightning. A thick cloud covered the mountain. A trumpet gave a very loud blast. Everyone in the camp trembled. Then Moses led the people out of the camp to meet with God. The Lord came to the top of Mount Sinai. He told Moses to come to the top of the mountain. Here are all the words God spoke. I am the Lord, your God. Do not put any other gods in place of me. Do not make statues of gods. Do not misuse the name of the Lord your God. Remember to keep the Sabbath day holy. Honor your father and mother. Do not commit murder. Do not commit adultery. Do not steal. Do not lie. Do not long for your neighbor's thing. Moses stayed on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights. The people gathered around Aaron. They said to him, Make us a god that will lead us. We don't know what has happened to Moses. All the people took off their earrings. They brought them to Aaron. He made them into a statue of a god. It looked like a calf. Then the people said, Israel, here is your God. So they sat down to eat and drink. They got up to dance wildly in front of their God. The Lord said to Moses, Go, your people have made a statue that looks like a calf. Moses went down the mountain. He had 2 tablets in his hand. The tablets were the work of God. As Moses approached the camp, he saw the calf. He burned with anger. He threw the tablets out of his hand. They broke into pieces. He took the calf the people had made. He burned it in the fire. Moses said to the people, You have committed a terrible sin. I will go to the Lord. If I pray, he will forgive your sin. The Israelites camped, but there wasn't any water to drink. They argued with Moses. They said, "Give us water to drink. Did you want us to die of thirst?" Moses cried out to the Lord, "What am I supposed to do? These people, they are almost ready to kill me." The Lord answered, "Walk ahead of the people. I will stand in front of you by the rock at Mount Horeb. Hit the rock, and water will come out of it for the people to drink." So Moses hit the rock, and water came out of it. The people of Israel grew tired, so they spoke against God. "Why have you brought us out of Egypt to die in the desert? We don't have bread. We don't have water. We hate this awful food." The Lord sent poisonous snakes among the people. The snakes bit them. Many people died. The others said, "We sinned. Pray that the Lord will take the snakes away." So Moses prayed for the people. The Lord said to Moses, "Make a snake, put it on a pole. Anyone who is bitten can look at it and remain alive." So Moses made a bronze snake on a pole. Anyone who was bitten and looked at the bronze snake remained alive. Moses sent some men to check out the land of Canaan. He said, "See what the land is like. See whether the people are strong or weak. What kind of towns do they live in? How is the soil? Are there trees on it?" The men went and checked out the land. They cut off a branch that had grapes on it. 2 of them carried it on a pole between them. At the end of 40 days, the men returned. The men reported to Moses and Aaron. They said, "It really does have plenty of milk and honey, but the people are powerful. Their cities are very large. We can't attack those people. They are stronger than we are." Joshua and Caleb were the 2 of the men who had checked out the land. They said, "The Lord is with us. Don't be afraid." That night, the people of Israel grumbled, "Why is the Lord bringing us to this land? We are going to be killed." The Lord replied, "Not all of you will enter the land. Caleb will enter it, so will Joshua. They are the only ones who will enter the land. I will bring your children in. As for you, you will die in the desert. For 40 years you will suffer." And those are chapters 22 to 33 in the Bible, but in Lego, the movie.